What have you never told your best friend because you're afraid it may end the friendship? I think her eyebrows are too thin and I'm 99% sure if her husband isn't currently cheating on her. He hasn't will again. Also her husband passed the alcoholic stage of problem drinking a long while back and it's starting to affect how her kids see him. 0 to 100. So a long time ago we were probably 10-12ish. My sister and I were jealous of our neighbor having a pool party and we weren't invited. So we found a dead squirrel in the street. And we picked it up with a barbecue grill we found on the side of the road and put it on her front doorstep with a note saying this will be you. We ran home and told our dad. Because we thought dad was cool. Turns out he totally knocked us out to mom. Mom flipped out and told us to go back and get rid of it. So we did. We came home and my mom had her person jacket on and told us to get in the car. She told us a neighbor saw what we didn't call the police and we had to go down to the station. We were crying in the car and my mom drove us down the road then stopped. She told us she made up the story about the police and it was a lesson never to do anything like that again. We didn't. We're still friends with our neighbor. And we never told her about it. That was almost 20 years ago. She literally becomes the most annoying person alive when she drinks. Her husband and I have made a team effort of watering down any drink she has just to avoid gatherings where one of us had to listen to her ramble. You should tell her so she stops. Haha. Haha. That he gets too worked up about games and that's why I don't play with him very often. Great guy. Just don't play Overwatch with him. Edit. Basically I'm learning that I have a lot of friends. I love you all. No matter how salty you get. I never told my friend that I know that her and her boyfriend used to steal food from my house. Her boyfriend at the time basically stole from everyone and was always getting fired from work for stealing from the till. The bit that upsets me is that she knew full well that if she needed food, I'd have given it to her. She didn't need to steal the stuff. She ditched that boyfriend, which is why we're still friends. And she doesn't steal from me anymore. That she's a disaster with money and she needs to stop spending and take a hard look at how she's ducking her future. Although she's got a solid pension coming. But still she's had multiple bankruptcies. Multiple. SMH. She is full of shit about her psychic powers. She's way too clingy and needy. When she finally cut ties with her mentally abusive ex, I packed all of her things and loaded up a large U-Haul to get her moved by myself. She sat around the entire time crying, repeating I can't do this while I did it. It's been about 2 months and I just now found out that 3 weeks ago she started talking to a new man whom she is already telling she loves. It will end badly. I know it will and I just can't pick up the pieces again. Edit. To everyone who tell me to cut her out of my life. This is the same person who pulled a knife on a guy who tried to grape me. Do I need to count the amount of time she's held my hair while I threw up? Picked me up from bad dates? Driven me to work without being given her money? Bunch of judgmental assholes at what you are. I ended up telling him and it was one of the hardest days of my life. When we were in high school I had a close friend that I introduced him to. They hit it off and started dating for about a year and it was all going well until he left for college and their relationship started getting strained and they ended up breaking up. I wasn't planning on going to college right away and ended up working at Borders saving up money. All of my friends were off at college making new friends and I felt really lonely. She and I were still friends and hanging out. It ended up becoming more than that and she and I started dating in secret. It was a long time before I worked up the courage to tell him that I was dating her. The day I did, I made sure we had an awesome day before in case he hated me for it and didn't want to talk to me after. At least that way I had the memory of a great day with my friend. He ended up being okay with it and was glad that I told him instead of him finding out some other way. She and I only lasted about a year and a half. But me and him are still best friends to this day. I think her kid's an idiot. Cute. But an idiot. Don't we all? I drop traded his set of full rune and black G to myself in 3rd grade. Non-members. You monster. Had a bit of a crush on a chick. Okay. More than a bit. She was married. So it was a hopeless infatuation. Found out 6 months later. They weren't married. But engaged. They told people that they were married for convenience. I made friends with her husband. He was a writ lord. Everyone. Even she knew it. A couple of months later. He and a few buddies beat the ever-loving shit out of a guy. She accused her husband but he vehemently denied it. She knew there was bad blood in the group and demanded that he not get involved. He told her he didn't. She believed him. I have an old email account running around. It is useful for sending anonymous emails. So I did. I pointed out every person that was involved. I sent it to her. Not because of her husband but because she was an executive in the company that they both work for. It had the appearance of someone on the outside with a grievance with the company and no one in particular. She confronted him. He denied at first. But then admitted to it. They had a huge argument. We're married now. Me and her. Not him. She doesn't know I sent the email. I have the biggest crush on her and it's driving me crazy. Edit. I'm also a girl and she has no idea I'm not straight. I'm in the exact opposite situation. My friend has a crush on me and she has no idea that I know. That I'm in love with him. I'm female. He's male. For me the risk is far too great of our wonderful friendship never being the same again if he does not have such feelings for me. Would rather not risk it. Don't take all the advice posted here. All relationships are different. I'm female and most of my closest friends' roommates have been men. Over the years. Feelings flew in all different directions. Some were hidden. Others were expressed. Others still were acted upon. Some of those friendships survived. Others didn't. No stranger on the internet knows the relationship you have with your best friend. Only you really know what's worth it and what's not. Sending you big internet hugs cause it's a shitty place to be in. And I wish you all the best. They know my memory is bad. But what I'd never tell them is that it's so bad I genuinely believe I'll suffer from dementia at a young age. I forget key details and memories pertaining to the ones I love. And I've honestly just become good at faking my way through conversations to try to seem like I'm a functional person. The night my best friend met his now wife, of 18 years, I met her about an hour before and she blew me in bathroom at the party we were all at. I saw them making out an hour later after I went to buy cigarettes. I never said a word and neither has she. This may not ruin the friendship, but would make it extremely awkward. In high school, I needed my friend's backup phone to film a school project. So he gave it to me and I took it home to upload and edit the video. And for some reason that I cannot explain, I decided to take some pictures of myself using his phone. And being a teenage boy, the pictures may not have been completely appropriate. So the next day he tells me that he saw the video I recorded for the project. He said he saw it on iCloud or whatever it is. He didn't mention if he saw the other pictures I took later. But I'm fairly sure he did. So I guess in this case, he's the one who isn't telling me something. Edit. Just to clarify, I did delete the pictures almost immediately after taking them. But I'm not sure how long it takes for pictures to be uploaded to the cloud. So I'll never really know if he has seen them or not. That she is impulsive, irrational and does not make good decisions. I love her and she's very fun to be around. But it gets annoying and draining at times. I was staying at my friend's house who are a couple. One morning I woke up early because I always do. The door to their bathroom area was open more than usual because of a cat. My female friend walks out naked and I just watched as she went to the bathroom to shower. I know I should have looked away or shut the door earlier, but I was too mesmerized seeing her naked and didn't want to move. I'm still close friends with both of them and don't have the heart to tell them that she's overweight, vastly so, because of her own damn fault. She blames genetics, stress, and other things. But it's because she's lazy and won't fix her health issues. She's found a nurse practitioner who believes her shit. And I hate it. She also berates me for having lost most of my extra weight, over 100 pounds due to a health issue I have zero control over. And tells me I'm anorexic. I won't tell her what to do with her health. That I will report them to CPS if they ever take on another foster child. They were so horrible to the one they had and it just broke my heart for him. He was a toddler. He didn't deserve to be hated for acting like a toddler. This is like the third time I'm asking this. But why are you friends with these awful people? Most of these confessions on here are basically watered down to he she they are basically evil, but I'll never tell them. I don't want him to know I still have a crush on him. The only reason we're so close is because I was attracted to him when we met and tried to flirt. Which turned into friendship when he told me he wasn't single. He seems to think I got over the stupid crush a while ago. But it's always been there. Even when I've had brief things with other people. He's a very understanding person, but I think this might be a little too much. He considers himself to be more enlightened than others. But turns into watered down version of himself whenever he's in a relationship. This newest itch is the worst yet. She's convinced him to go off of his depression meds, stop going to therapy, and withdraw from his friends. We used to see each other multiple times a week. I understand that relationships change your priorities. But he doesn't even text me anymore, and when I hit him up he's always busy because she has him on a schedule. Dude. We've been best friends since high school. This is bull. Every time I've tried to talk about it he either gets defensive or admits there needs to be a change, but then nothing happens. Grumble. That I have no interest in her constant thrilling accounts of being a stay-at-home mom. I hate kids and think they are the most boring thing on earth. I would never tell her that. Because I absolutely love her to pieces and I do love her kids. I just don't think they are at all interesting. Plus it would just be rude to say that. My life isn't all that interesting either. So I'll just smile and nod politely until I can steer the convo to more common ground. That my friend is a really bad mom. She drinks and ignores her 3-year-old half the time. She smokes cigarettes and pot around the house. She's always going out and leaving the kid with her parents. The baby's dad is on probation for doing something stupid. And he beat my friend when they were together. So she got a restraining order on him and then they violated the restraining order to see each other while she was still pregnant. Important edit. My friend's family is from Brazil and I'm worried that if I do report to CPS they may get deported. I really don't want to be responsible for that. Plus added correct info on the kid. She's 3 not 2. And also tried to clean up the grammar and make everything neater. Until very recently. There was nothing I hadn't told her. Lately though, I've been dreaming that the baby she's pregnant with is mine. Not sure it would end our friendship. But it might make things a bit awkward. Only somewhat apply. But with my last best friend it was telling him that I had feelings for him. We're not friends anymore. I regret ever having those feelings. That I am pretty sure his kid isn't actually his. I kind of hinted at it once and he got a bit touchy. So I just quietly hate his wife and think she is a whore. I knew her before he ever met her. So I've seen how she is and I don't simply think she is a whore because he is my friend. I never straight out told him that he's becoming just like his dad, was a union worker. Got in a fight. Was kicked out of the union and never bothered getting another job. Basically his mom had 3 helpless men, my friend, brother, and dad. Sucking the life out of this poor woman. They don't clean up the house. My friend wasn't doing his own laundry and was over 18. Dropped out of college. Even though due to his family's financial situation, the Pell Grant would have covered almost everything. I moved to another state to get residency and get a cheaper quality education. I pleaded with him to come move down and get into school. I had a place for him to stay. And could have gotten him a job. He said no every time. We haven't spoken in 5 years. Last time I checked he still works at his mom's cleaning company as a janitor. I hate that she loved Kanye West. Like. I hate it. Her love is blind and it upsets me. I still haven't told her that I still kind of have romantic feelings for her that I just never acted on after we agreed to stay friends after Valentine's Day when I confessed my crush on her. While we're going to universities thousands of miles apart. Telling her would destroy our friendship and I would lose my closest friend and only emotional confidant.